Good morning, viewers. Uh, now, I would like to explain about my forthcoming PPT and a very important topic and a highly prevalent fraud across the world, and that is the Ponzi scheme or the pyramid scheme. Now, what do you understand by a Ponzi scheme? Ponzi scheme is nothing but to borrow from Peter to pay Paul, as they say. That means first the person or the company will establish themselves as true, honest corporates or people, and they will, through social engineering and all, charisma and this one, they will promise people high returns or high interest rates over a short period of time on the returns. Like that, they will first build confidence by paying the interest and everything promptly. So, when you are promised 18 to 15 to 20% interest, and for a couple of months, a few months, you are getting the interest from the perpetrator of the Ponzi scheme, naturally you will tell another 10 of your friends. So then they will come and invest. So what actually is happening in a Ponzi scheme is the perpetrator of the Ponzi scheme collects money like this and pays this interest also out of that to the people, which they do not know. He may give them big statements, he may tell big stories about his investments, and he will always keep the whatever he's doing a secret. And actually, people are not bothered whatever he does with the money as long as they get their returns. That is a weakness of the people, basically. So, what happens like that? You collect money, more money, more money, more money. Along with that money, what accumulates? The outflows of interest to first a few tens, 10 or 20 people, then couple of thousand, then 10,000, 20,000 people, God knows how many. So the thing is, it goes like a pyramid. So from somewhere, it goes like a pyramid, and then money gets accumulated, and he keeps paying out of that, and and the top line is not only he pays the interest, but he, without much proper investment to yield the promised rate of return, he spends lavishly in a lavish style of living, buying big mansions, hatches, maybe in a private jet, and always he keeps a very high profile and all that. And people get carried away by that and keep on this one. So, when the problem comes, when he suddenly finds that there is no adequate fund to service the interest promised, then starts the problem. For a while, he may manage by trying to get the fresh funds here and there, because still people, friends, their family trust him and give him money. But a day will come when he goes bust. He cannot pay the interest. Forget about the principal. He would have lavishly spent something, maybe in the some assets he might have acquired with all these investors' funds. So that is how it happens. But the thing is, it is not only this. There are different Ponzi schemes. Like people promise online jobs by clicking all this one, the marketing techniques that you first pay some money and enroll as a member. Then you keep clicking on some advertisements for some MNC. They say we got some job from abroad. You take home and do, and like editing or whatever, and then you are promised this much. Everywhere first he'll demand a down payment. something like a deposit or a membership or subscription or whatever like that, and initially keeps paying also, because it is the same money what is getting, he is paying, so he has nothing to lose till he goes bust. So through the world, these are prevalent in a wide variety of type of Ponzi schemes. It is not one. It could be you promise, say, I have a big teakwood thing, and then they will put these teakwood trees, they grow like this, blah, 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 and then we invest that money, we again reinvest, blah, and all that, and you also can become part owners. See, there are so many stories. Or people, online jobs is another big scam, and internet scams are there, where on the net people promise you that this and all that. Daily you just to see your flip your mobile or something, you keep getting unnecessary so many things like click on this, see how I made 20,000 per day, how I made became a crorepati. Even now, I do not know in the first place why these such advertisements are allowed even till today. People get carried away. And you know what the target victims? Mainly the people who retired, who have their savings, but in a bank deposit place 6-7%. So when somebody promises 15% to, fantastic, 7 to 15%, and he has got a very good name and fame. So they remove the money from there and put it here. They are the primary victims. And other online victims, people, what? Grey. Whether it is the senior citizens who put their hard savings in this, or retired people who put in there, or the youngsters who keep or want to become millionaires overnight. Hmm? You see, if it is so easy, why everyone is not a millionaire? But people don't even think about it for a minute till they go running to the police station saying, I lost my money, this fellow cheated. You see, that is the whole problem. So it is our duty as fraud examiner and as chartered accountant to keep telling in some media or otherwise or in person, please, all these things are there just for the taking of the first step. Do not get duped. At least you tell 10 people. I'm quite sure at least some 5 people will listen to you. At least they are not you. Still some people invest. Yeah, they learn the lesson. They hardly ever losing their money. Okay? So the Ponzi schemes is a big racket, you can call it. It is there everywhere. It is there in India, it is there in US, and you keep reading about these things, how people make these things. Now, they say that I'm calling from, or you may get an email message, something saying the Microsoft thing, and then we will do that, or you download this, you download that, and that one, and then somewhere or other they get all your personal information, and they misuse that information, and like that there's a big racket. Sometime back, an Indian US was caught. See the on this basis from a false website of Microsoft or something, and then people do not think twice. That's the whole problem. Because they are greedy, they don't apply, they do not think twice, and afterwards they regret. So, it is highly important to understand these Ponzi schemes in various formats, not necessarily only in interest. It could be these jaw scams, it could be these false returns scams, all these things. And so, I'll be dealing in a bit, little more elaborately in my PowerPoint presentation in a few days' time. But initially, I thought I should first explain in detail these things. There are some red flags. The governments are putting, regulating these unregulated companies and all that, who collect these deposits and all that. But still, despite that, they do not on prima facie are visible like that. A person starts a company and he registers it with the register of companies, and people get carried away. Even though he shows some legal business, he will do all this business. and by making false promises and all these things. And also, so it is a big mess, and it is actually becoming a big headache to the law enforcement agencies, like police department or the FBI or anybody, to track these people, because they're duped and they simply fly away. That's it. And at times it may be difficult. It may be 5 years, 10 years also before they are caught, and all these things. So we have to educate the public on these Ponzi schemes, how they should be safe, not get carried away by returns. Nobody can give 15, 20% like that. Actually, how they do it also. We are not promising you 20%. We are giving only 15%. They say some companies are giving 20, 25%. That is not possible. But 15 to 18 is possible. That's how they do the social engineering. And then people get carried away. Yeah, it's true. I'm not expecting 15. I'm getting 7 from the bank. So 15 is good enough. That's how they get carried away. So I'm sure uh, my this brief presentation of explanation of the Ponzi schemes and my forthcoming PPTs will be of high value, and my fellow professionals also carry forward this into the public and prevent the fraudulent people from looting the hard-earned monies where people go without a penny at times. The biggest one, which is detailed explained in my PPTs, is Bernie Lawrence Madoff. He is a US citizen, born in 1938, established himself, started with $5,000, and he grew, and by 1999, he is a member of the New York Stock Exchange, he is a member of the NASDAQ, he is a high-flying guy, charities, a member of the various trusts, and he took off the monies, promising returns and all that, and investing as he likes, and then high-flying life, big mansions, that this and all that you don't believe. Even his own family of his two sons and wife also do not know about that. Till the day he himself declared to his sons, all this happened, now I am broke. And you don't believe, it is set that up to 65 to 70 billion dollars was people who got duped. Of course, it is also said that actually the principal amount may be 20 to 30 billion, the principal amount, but maybe the interest and all maybe 65, 70 billion. And that too because he declared himself, because when there are pressures, at one time he tried to borrow and satisfy people, but the time came in 2008, I think, that ultimately he called his sons and told this what has happened, and immediately who reported? His sons only reported to the FBI, and then their investigation by SEC and all that one. Meanwhile, there was one Henry Markopoulos, who was observing actually all this activity of this gentleman, Bernie. And he did observe, he observed, and then gave in 2004 and 2006 also some clue to the SEC and all that. But the statutory authorities and all at times are the same at everywhere. They say, no, sorry, we don't have enough evidence. And they did not pursue. So it took another 4 years. Totally he carried like this one for 25 years. Then ultimately 2008, he himself has come out of it. And he told his son, and son told his husband and thing. And okay, he was trial was held, he was guilty on all counts, criminal, civil, everything. And then he was at the age of 70 plus or something, he was given 150 years of prison sentence. Fine. Now it is 8 years down. I read somewhere that his health and all is literally gone, and he's applied to the US government and all that for early release and all that one. Okay, that's all. Now, history. The point, what we have to learn from these cases and these things is, because we come across these such things during our studies and observation, we should keep on telling the public and anybody, family, friends, everybody, please do not get carried away by high returns. It is not possible, simply not possible. Even if it's possible for some time, it is not possible over a long period. Okay, so I am sure that we will carry forward this educating the public of various these frauds, and best of luck. But in a few couple of days, I'll put a bit detailed PowerPoint presentation on the same topic. Good luck.